Steve, with such scathing reviews from you and Gamers Nexus about the 1100K, are you guys officially starting the who gets blacklisted by all the companies first competition? Well, we're definitely not. We'd rather maintain good working relationships with the companies. We talked about in the live stream, didn't we, how it's better to be in contact with the companies so we can, work through things and get a better understanding of the product and a whole heap of other stuff. But no, we're not deliberately trying to annoy these companies. It's just if a product is garbage, we don't hold back. We tell you it's garbage.
We're not making reviews for the companies. We're making reviews for you guys, the viewers.
That's right. We've tried to make that point tons of times. Yeah, we don't sugarcoat it, and we review it for you guys. But I don't think, while you gave the example of myself or Tim and I and Gamers Nexus, I think most reviewers were pretty negative about the 1100K. I saw, while our thumbnails may have been, we said it's not good, and Gamers Nexus said it was embarrassing, there were some other thumbnails that were, not what you'd normally expect to be associated with Intel flagship CPUs. So there was plenty of negativity around that launch, and even from the established tech sites and things like that. So there wasn't too many that gave the how would you phrase it? The reviews that sort of scream, please don't cut off our sample allocation type things. There wasn't too many of those, which is really good to see. I think the reviews overall were pretty on the money.
Yeah, and when that sort of situation happens, when the majority of reviews for a product are negative, you're much less likely to get blacklisted because, are Intel going to go around and start blacklisting hundreds of outlets? Probably not. But if you're the odd one out, like let's say you're testing ASRock motherboards and you're the only one that's found a flaw in an ASRock motherboard, then that presents a much more likely blacklist opportunity for a company. Yeah. And to be fair, most of the companies don't blacklist you after negative reviews. So you could say the worst possible things about a product that are fair and valid because the product sucks, and most companies don't respond with a blacklist.
And it also, the problem with the whole, I don't want to get too off topic here, not this is off topic, but I suppose continue the conversation, but companies, I think that's also the problem, because it's not this single entity that everyone deals with in the same way. Companies are made up by the people in different regions, and we've even seen it we've had, pick a brand. We've had someone there that just doesn't do their job very well, not a good representative of that brand, not someone you enjoy dealing with, and they get replaced by someone who does an excellent job at representing that brand. So it's really about the person that you speak. And that's the same thing with, you could ring up for tech support or an RMA process, warranty type stuff, and you can get someone who's not, again, you can blame the company because it's down to train the people and make sure, but this person could have gone through all the training and for years they could have done a good job, and then they've either got to the point where they just don't care anymore or whatever. I don't really want to just get into human behavior, but you could ring up someone who doesn't do their job well. They give you a bad customer experience, and then you could ring up the next day and get someone completely different who goes above and beyond, and all they want to do is, satisfy the customer and make sure they have a good experience. So, and that's the same with how we deal with the companies. And, MSI got a bad rap last year because some people at MSI genuinely did a bad job. But our local MSI team, as of the last 3 years or so, have been amazing. We absolutely destroyed their X570 motherboards. And we were the first ones to do it. And it had a ripple-on effect where, other people started testing them and finding what we found, and we destroyed their boards. And they weren't happy initially, and then they said, leave it with us. They went and tested the boards. They came back and went, yeah, the boards aren't good enough. You're right. Your testing's valid. We don't care to challenge that. We're going to do better next time. They sort of hung their heads down and said, we will do better. They didn't ask for us to change the thumbnails or anything. But, other people in other regions had different dealings with the same company.
Sometimes companies get even more mad than, for example, with the Asus Tough Laptop situation, where they did not take that criticism particularly well, but they still didn't blacklist us.
No, there was
never a moment where it actually got to putting us on a blacklist.
No, I think behind the scenes, but there was perhaps a bit of inappropriate misconduct that was sorted out.
There was some...
But we were never blacklisted. There was
certainly some vigorous discussions,
there was some things,
back and forth.
There was some things said that shouldn't have been said. But at the end of the day, when it got escalated, the company handled it well. and
Yeah.
it looks like
they're
they've improved
still
the design.
working with us on
They're
laptops.
they're still working with us, and above all else, it looks like they've improved the design. So
it takes a lot to get blacklisted. So I think if we are starting a competition, you're going to have to really go above and beyond in terms of what you're doing to get blacklisted.
Yeah, well, again, in our experience, like Asus has been great to work with, really, for the most part. MSI has been fantastic, no complaints with Gigabyte. And then, ASRock, we had a great relationship for multiple decades with them. And then we did one negative piece, and that was it. They stopped answering our emails. They ghosted us. And that's how they wanted to play that one. So good luck to them.